Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Again, what an amazing training. Sensei Perez just really killed us on that one, didn't he? That was a lot of energy, a lot of thinking as well. I loved it. I love all the techies, especially ending it with Techie Stand-On was a very nice treat. Today, I would like to, well, there's a couple of things first. First, this week on Monday was International Women's Day, and myself along with 3 other fantastic instructors taught on Karate at Home platform, Sensei Yante, Sensei Alex, and Sensei Debbie. And we had such a great time working together. But not only that, everybody out there that was so supportive of us and left such beautiful comments and trained with us and really encouraged us as not only women, but as instructors was just beautiful. So thank you all for that. Thank you for being a part of it and making that day super special for us. That being said, we have work to do. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. We are going to stretch and do static stretching, but I also want to do an active stretch. So today is inspired by my son. He is having some hamstring issues running track, also doing soccer and then karate as well. So because of that, he has extremely tight hamstrings and we're having to do extra work to fix those. Good to see everybody. Thank you all. Thank you. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. So we are going to do an active stretch, which is perfect if you just did that workout as well. And then we're going to bring everything back down and do a nice static stretch. All right, so let's go. Go ahead and take your gi top and your belt off if you have that on from the last class. While we're stretching, I want to explain, I know you all know, but just to go over as a refresher, there is a difference. Let me raise this up just a little bit. There's a difference between static stretching. There we go. There's a difference between static stretching and active stretching. Static stretching is when we stretch real deep and hold it and really expand on that muscle and keep tension on it. Okay, that's a static stretch. We hold for 23 seconds or more. An active stretch is where we're stretching, but we're being active with it. It's what we should do before class and then static stretch at the end. So for right now, I want to do an active stretch on hamstrings, but first let's get a little bit relaxed and take a big breath in and let it out. Try to bring that heart rate back down. If you just did that class, bring your breath in. Exhale. Try to get that mind-body connection going because we're about to do some work that's going to require you telling your muscles what to do. One more big breath. Ready? In. And exhale all your breath. That was a good one. All right, here we go. Let's loosen those hips up. We're just going to take it side to side, and we're doing a very, very light lunge, okay? Just preparing the shock that we're about to do to our legs. Again, this is for all levels, as always. Just do what is comfortable to you. No, not comfortable. Stretching is never comfortable. Do what doesn't hurt, but we have to have a little discomfort, right? All right, let's take those legs a little bit wider and keep going side to side. I'm leaning forward slightly. This lean forward is stretching out the hamstrings and engaging them. So we want to have a little pressure side to side. Think like a speed skater. And let's go a little bit wider yet and take it down. Now we're getting the inner thighs and also our hamstrings because we're forward. This is active stretching. This is warming the muscles up and stretching them out. If we do static stretching, keep going. If we do static stretching before class, our muscles aren't ready for that. You have to stretch before you static stretch because that's difficult on your body. Not only that, when you elongate those muscles and stretch them all the way out, you're losing a little bit of speed because you want your muscles to still have some tension to them. You want them to be a little bit tight but warm so that we can still step fast. If we stretch too much, yes, this is beautiful, but it's going to be slower, right? Okay, so first we're gonna start standing up. I'm gonna turn a little bit sideways. We've done this before, everybody's done this before. Keeping our shoulders in line with our hips. We're gonna raise one leg behind us and we're gonna bend over. And bring it back up. We're gonna do 10 of these. Now, while we're doing these, I'm gonna tell you, this is the hamstring that's getting work as far as stretching and activating. This is the hamstring that's getting work as far as strengthening because we're having to hold that leg up. What we don't wanna do, we don't wanna do this. Keep those hips straight and keep going. Just lifting and down. Now, keep going, we got about 3 more. We work on our balance all the time in here. So do your best to do these without holding on. All right, other side. And lift that leg, keep your hips straight and down. You'll find one side is harder than the other. This is my injured hamstring, and I'm actually doing a lot of rehab work on it because I'm not gonna blame it on age. I don't think anything needs to be blamed on age, but for some reason, things do not heal as quickly as they used to. Maybe bad diet. Keep going, we got about 5 more. Itch, and down, woo. Knee, you should feel that starting to burn a little bit in both hamstrings. Some. She. Go, hang in there with me. Don't give up. Today is a very, very important day for what we're trying to accomplish, all right? Now, take that leg out. Other side, out. Very smooth motion, just like they talked about, Sensei Perez talked about in the last class. Smooth, suave. Make sure that everything we do is very smooth and controlled. This is ab work, this is hip flexor, and it's getting that glute a little bit to calm down. Let's do 2 more on both sides. Itch, knee, san, shi. Okay, from here, let's take it down to our squat. Open those hips up. And find your spot. Sometimes it's hard to get there. Try to get those heels flat as you can. Once you get there, let's settle in. Breathe and relax. Let your hips relax. Let your legs relax. If you need to do a swaying motion, if you need to rock back and forth, whatever's comfortable kind of takes your mind off of what it is we're doing to our body. At the same time, let's keep those knees pressed out. And breathing. We're gonna hold this for about 10 more seconds. It is beautiful here today. Spring is now, it seems, is now here. It's almost warm enough to swim, which is crazy seeing as 3 weeks ago we were covered in ice and snow. So I'm excited to get a good sweat in again in this room. All right, let's stand up slowly. Let the blood get back to our legs. Shake them out. Now we're gonna do a technique that's called flossing. If anybody's ever done physical therapy, you're very familiar with the term flossing, like teeth floss, okay? It's the same motion. I hope that translates to everybody. It's that same motion that you're keeping stable, but this muscle's getting flossed, all right? So the first way we're going to do that, we're gonna bend our knees and grab our toes. This position, okay? We're not going any lower than that. That's it. Your hands rest upon your knees and you're grabbing your toes. From here, we're gonna stand up, legs straight, as much as you can. So from here, stand up straight. And take it back down. We're gonna do this 10 times. This is flossing. And straight. Each time, trying to go a little bit straighter. And also trying to keep that head moving like in a pendulum motion where you're at a down, and then as you come up, you come up. We're gonna do 5 more. my men are loving this one because typically men have the tighter hamstrings. For us women, this is just a bonus stretch. I love being able to say that. This is just a bonus stretch for us. But for the men, they genuinely have a difficult time doing this because of how strong their hamstrings are. One more. And take it up and back down. This is another very good exercise to do before training. All right, let's grab our mat. From here, we're going to do a little bit more activating of that hamstring and then stretch and then activate and stretch. So from here, we're going to pick our leg up, trying to make our knee even with our hip, heel flexed, and we're just going to kick that heel to the ceiling. Ready? 10 times. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ki, ji. Good. Other side. Make sure you're really concentrating. This is where that mind-body connection comes in. Concentrate on using the hamstring to lift that foot. That's where our strength is today. We're not using our hip. We're trying to really concentrate on that hamstring. Okay, ready? Ich, ni, san. Hips straight. Don't let them turn. Shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ki, ji. Good. Now from here, we're going to stretch it back out. So we're going to do a runner's lunge. Take that foot, bring it straight in front of you, drop it down. I'm not worried about posture right now. I just want to get that hamstring really engaged. You can twist. You can twist the other way. Reach up. You can rock back and forth and do another flossing motion. Whatever it takes for you to feel the stretch in your hamstring, not so much in your hip flexor. All right, let's switch legs. Other side. Stretching that hamstring, press. So another way to really enforce that is to think pushing your bottom down to the floor. Press, press, press. Not pushing hips forward, pressing bottom down so that hamstring's really, woo, it's engaged right now. So we can twist again, lift it up. We can take it to the other side. We can rock back and forth. Again, a little bit of flossing. All right, now from here, get into a comfortable position to where you can hold it. If you need to hold onto the wall, the couch, a chair, anything like that, you can. But try to keep your balance, and we're going to lift that back leg. If you can grab your back leg and hold it, excellent. But for right now, we're going to be lifting using that hamstring. It's in a completely different position than usual. Ready? Ich. The goal is to get it to touch your bottom. Knee. Let me know in the comments if you can do it. I've yet to do it. San. Shi. Go. Keeping those hips straight, whichever direction you're pointed. Ruk. Only engaging the hamstring. Sich. Hach. Don't let the tension take over your body. Relax. Jig. Good. Other side. I promise we'll stretch everything back out. I promise. All right. Set yourself. Make sure your hips are shoven and not turned. We want to stay front. And we're going to get comfortable and lift that back leg to our bottom. Ready? Ich. Ooh, that doesn't want to go. Knee. Sam. If you're too far forward, you're going to feel this stretch more in your thigh. So try to stay as neutral as possible to only be engaged in this hamstring. Ruk. Sich. Hach. Ki. Good. I'm going to show you a variation of this you can do on your own. We're not going to do it today. But if you have knee trouble and you don't like being on the floor, you can do what we did earlier with lifting the leg. You can put a towel or a weight or a yoga block, something here, and you can just pulse. That's the one we did on bended knees. So you can pulse, or you can do, hold it, you can do the leg curl, just like that. Same thing, hold on to something if you need to. Same technique, same, and it really doesn't matter if you do that one on the floor or standing, because it's only the hamstring that we're wanting to engage. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now, let's stretch that hamstring back out. Have a seat. Take one leg out, one leg in front. Make sure your hips are turned as front as possible. And we're going to lean down to that foot. All hamstring. All hamstring all day. Do you feel that? If you need a little more, pull your toe back. Pull on that foot. If you want to use a belt or band, we have bands, belts, towels. Pull with that. If you can't go all the way down, there's adjustments to everything. There's no excuse to not do these stretches. Hold it. Now we're going to get into our static stretching. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ji. Let's change sides. Again, making sure that your hips are staying straight ahead. This leg is turned in. Foot is straight ahead, sorry for the bottom of my feet, and reaching front. If you feel your body's trying to turn, take the opposite hand to the foot. That'll correct that position. And take it down. And hold. Again, you have a little freedom today. If you want to floss, then you just go down. It's like pulsing, just bigger motion. You can go down, bring it back up. You can hold, you can play with the foot. I'd love for you to do this part. Play with your foot and see, when I turn my foot to the outside, woo, I feel that stretch the outside of my hamstring. When I turn my foot in or middle, you feel it in the middle, you turn it inward. Oh, it's inside all the way up through your inner thigh. So play with your foot when you're stretching. After class, not before. And remember to breathe. All right, let's take both feet out. Now, to get our hamstrings engaged, we have to bend at the hip. We know this. Bend at your hip, not your back. Lean it forward. It's okay if you don't go far. We're bending, we're stretching hamstrings. Keep your chin forward. Exhale. Inhale. Sink lower, exhale. Let's go one more time. Inhale. Exhale. When you see the smile creeping through in the middle of a stretch, that's when it's kind of getting a little painful. Let's go one more time. Big inhale. And push yourself. Keep your chin coming towards me. Smile through the pain. We're doing self-help. We're making ourselves better. Our bodies will thank us. All right, let's bring it back in. Butterfly, perfect timing. That's what I wanted to do for hamstrings today. It doesn't take that many exercises, but if you want to do active stretching, butterfly with me, pulling your knees down with your own muscles, okay? If you want to do active warm up before your training, the first 3 exercises we did are perfect for that. I'll run through them real fast one more time and show you, just so you can have them fresh in your mind. But I highly recommend, especially if you're still on lockdown and you're training in your home, please don't static stretch before you train. You will pull something, you will hurt something, and you're not going to maximize your training because your muscles won't be in the proper positioning they need to be in, or the right condition for that type of training, okay? All right, take it over. Try to keep that chin up. Let's go one more time. Big breath in. Continuously sinking lower. Exhale. All right, now that we did a lot of hamstring work, I want to do one last exercise and stretch out our sides, just so we don't feel completely bottom stretched and nothing happened up top. Got to even it out. So let's take our legs. They don't have to be too wide. Whatever's comfortable for you right now, because we're not stretching legs. We're going to take this over and we're going to stretch, thinking, once again, we've done this, thinking shoulder to the floor and stretching the portion between our ribs and our hip. Okay? Obliques for the most part. Okay, arm up, arm underneath, and thinking shoulder down to the floor, elbow down to the floor. Forget about this leg. Try to relax. Your breaths are going to be shorter. You're not going to be able to take big, long ins and outs. That's fine. Shorter, but calm breaths. And bring it up slowly, controlled. Let's take it to the other side. We're going to do this 2 times total on both sides. Remember, arm coming to the front, elbow to the floor, shoulder to the floor, stretching out those obliques. Your breath becomes shorter. Five more seconds. Controlled. Let's bring it back up. Other side. This time should be easier and be more enjoyable. Take it over. When we don't stretch out all of our muscles, especially our obliques, when was the last time you thought about, oh, you know, I need to stretch my stomach? We just don't think about it. But after you do, you'll put it on your list of things to do, because it really is. Let's switch sides. It's so enjoyable. And then for the rest of your evening, the rest of your day, you're going to feel that you can stand up a little bit straighter. Your posture's different. Your body is more open and accepting of just good posture. Hold it, breathe, relax. And back. All right, let's bring our feet back together one more time, and let's take a big breath in just to get everything set again in the middle. And big breath. Exhale longer than you inhaled. Go. Push from your stomach. Let's go again. Big breath in. Now push longer and harder than you did on the inhale, pushing out. Ready? Exhale. Good. Okay, so that's all I have for you, but I am going to go over this one more time just to show you. The first thing I do for active stretching, I do knee up 10 times, then I go open. That opens my hamstring, my hip flexor on the base leg, and also my glutes. All right, the next thing we did was Roman deadlifts. You can do this with weight if you want to add a weight to it. Either hand's good, but it's going to affect your core differently. And then any type of either down on your knees or up in the air, any type of flossing, getting that warmed up. And then of course, please don't forget, please add this to your daily routine. Grabbing your toes, straightening up, going down, straightening up. Please add that to your daily routine. In fact, you could add that for a morning stretch to help get your day going even better. All right, I'm gonna look through here real fast. See if we have any questions. Thank you all for joining as always. My chair's trying to break on me. George, you're welcome. Yes, obliques. I mean, who thinks about it? Nobody ever thinks about that. So we got to hit every little piece. Martin, thank you so much. Martin and Naja are such, I mean, a year already. Who would have thought that we would be doing this for a year, pandemic-wise, and then also Karate at Home has just grown so much and become such a big part of everybody's life. I know mine in particular. And I feel like every week is camp. You know, it's really made this quarantine pretty easy karate-wise. Maybe even a little bit better than normal, because you get to see all the different ideas of everybody and train with different senseis that you would never get a chance to do so otherwise. Okay, checking through here. Any questions? As always, if you have any questions or want to go over any of the stretches that we did, you can always message me. I see my mom. Sensei Alex, I see you. Okay, I don't see any questions. I don't think. I'm trying to speed through here. Yeah, I think we're good. Yes. Okay. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and rest of your starting of your week now. And again, as always, continue training karate at home, continue supporting what a wonderful platform this is. Really use it to better your karate and use this time to study, because karate is not just a sport. Once you get your black belt, we all know we become white belts again. And it's now our responsibility to study and learn and perfect our craft. Not so in the way that everybody teaches, but in the way that they're teaching and our body can do. So you have to learn your body, learn how you control your body, and then apply what all the senseis are teaching to make your karate the best it can be. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next Sunday.